Okay, so what I feed the dogs, getting back to that after the little break with my little girl, it is the propylene shredded chicken, which I found it's a good food. And thank you to Rally to Rescue for donating to us. We also, usually what I do is Petco and Planet Pets also donates a lot of food to us. So I usually mix some other food in with it. Right now, it's Eukanuba that Petco donated to us. Thank you, Petco. I was also going to go over some of the treats that I like to feed the dogs before we get started. I'm a big fan of everything that's made in America and it's natural. I like these chicken treats, and they're made in America. I've read a whole lot about things that are made in China right now, and it's kind of scary. So I like to go with made in the USA. I don't personally eat a whole lot of meat, but I understand that dogs do. So anyway, we go with the chicken treats for most of the dogs. The smaller dogs and the dogs that are getting, that need to gain a little weight, and we're trying to treat extra special, they get the Louisiana alligator jerky, which smells amazing. I haven't actually tried one, but I may. And then Lila actually gets popcorn. It smells good. It seems to be the only thing that works with her tummy. Phoenix has tried to eat it. I did stop her. So and then after dinner, everybody gets a ride. So there are also a couple of other things that we do. And I'm gonna go, before I start making dinner, I'm gonna go over those right now. When we have dogs that need to gain weight, I like to do chicken noodle soup for the puppy lover's soul. This is actually a really good holistic food, and it's got some great ingredients in it, and you can find that at Planet Pets here in town. I add that to their regular food. After their dinner, I like to put a little lavender oil, and what I do is I mix lavender oil with clove bud, and I spray it on their sheets. Now I know this says plaque spray, but this is not plaque spray. It's a special little mixture of these two things together, and you have to and the reason I use this bottle is because it's a spritzer bottle, and for it to properly be administered to their bedding, you have to actually use a spritzer bottle. So that is the spritzer bottle that I commandeered and I use for their lavender and clove oil. There's one other thing that I would really like to recommend. We use it for our really sick dogs that have to, very sick ones. We first get them in, like Alika, for instance, that is missing most of her hair. She's heartworm positive. She doesn't have a whole lot of energy. And it's beta glucan. And this is actually a naturally occurring thing in your body. And it's supposed to be given on an empty stomach. And I give this for our really sick dogs once in the morning. And you can find this, God love Phyllis Pipkin, at Ancient Elements. And she has donated a lot to us. And this actually, she does a lot of holistic stuff for people who are going through cancer treatment. And this is something that they actually give humans. And what people usually don't know is that not everything that is good for humans is good for dogs, but there are a lot of things that humans take that dogs do as well, and it does some absolutely amazing things to them. So if you're looking for some of this for your dog, in fact, I just recommended it to a friend of mine who has a Doberman who is going through cancer treatment, and I thought that this might help. So you can go to www.ancient5.com, and Phyllis Pipkin is the owner of that, and thanks to her, I actually know a whole lot more about holistic stuff. So moving on, there are a few more things that you should know about feeding dogs holistically with vegetables. Most vegetables are good for dogs. What I give my dogs in the evening is a mixture of zucchini, red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. The green ones are actually not considered ripe, so they're not good for the dogs. Squash, cucumbers, which if you have a dog that has an upset stomach, cucumbers are actually really great for that, and carrots. The one thing that you need to realize when you are putting fresh vegetables on your dog's food is that they do need to be cut up fairly small because their tummies, it's harder for them to digest. So you need to cut them up into small pieces, which we'll go through that later. Another thing that I add to some of the dog's food that need to gain weight, and we need, you know, like Alika and Yiska. Forti Flora, it's a vitamin supplement that Rally to the Rescue also donates to us, and I add that to their food. We also do cottage cheese and yogurt. Yogurt does the same thing for dogs that it does for people in the fact that it adds acidophilus to their systems. If you have a dog that has an issue with gas, for instance, yogurt is great because it'll help with that. So if you have a dog that farts a lot, put a tablespoon of yogurt on their food, you're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.